From the team on your side, this is 6 News, First at 5.
Tonight, First at 5, she is facing terminal cancer. And now Representative Julia Carson has announced officially she will not run for re-election next year. We'll have more on Carson's health in just a moment, but first we want to get to the weather.
Yeah, it's been a cold, rainy day. Most of you know that if you've been outside already. But here's the question. Will we see a little snow before it's all said and done? Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is here now with the answers to that question. Kevin?
And the simple answer, I think, is yes, and I do stress little bit of snow. Temperature still above freezing, as you can see throughout the area. Those of you in Greensburg and Richmond still at 40 degrees or a little warmer. Western Indiana in the mid-30s now with these pockets of showers around. Let me show you how the steady rain is kind of packed up and moved to the east. We've got these spotty areas of showers. Colder air lurks back to the northwest, so as that sweeps in, may change some of these lingering rain showers to snow showers. Not expecting any accumulation. Remember, we're looking from the south to the north here, and you'll see some snowflakes as TrueCast brings some snow showers in probably before 1 a.m. Temperatures then in the morning will be in the 20s. We'll warm briefly into the 40s tomorrow. One more warmer day after that. We'll have details shortly.
See you then. Today we learned Congresswoman Julia Carson will not seek re-election next year.
No, this announcement is not a surprise as it comes in the wake of news that Carson has terminal cancer. Carson released this statement today. It says, quote, "I want very much to return to Washington and continue representing the good people of Indianapolis. I can only request your prayers that I might gain the strength to continue my service." So she has not resigned. 6 News reporter Cheryl Jackson has been talking to Carson's constituents today.
She's been in this condition a long time. You know, I know because I carried her to the doctor sometime.
The pastor of the church Congresswoman Julia Carson's attended for 4 decades says he was with Carson when the doctors told her she had terminal lung cancer.
I was there when the doctor told her she was in our hospice, and whether she wanted to go to the hospital or to stay in her home.
Carson came home and kept working or trying to work. Most people just found out about her cancer.
I was devastated and really upset because I have, known her for years and I worked on the polls with her.
She says it was up to Carson to pick the right time to reveal her illness.
I think that if you're diagnosed terminally ill, that's something that you have to deal with yourself before you can share it with others.
What about the fact that she may have known for a year that she has a terminal illness? Do you think that's something she should have told you?
Absolutely not. I think it's something that's very private to her and her family.
Israel Nunez Cruz says he just trusts Carson's judgment.
She's always done a great job at making decisions that are best for our community, and I think that she'll make the best decision for the community once again.
With her public service likely behind her, her legacy may be that she was the first woman and the first African American to serve her district in Congress, or that she missed more House votes than some thought acceptable. But many will remember her just like this.
She's always been for the little person, and she's always been a person to speak her own mind. Nobody can sway her.
That was our Cheryl Jackson reporting. If you would like to send a message to Ms. Carson, you can send those to at theindychannel.com. There's a forum that is a part of the latest Carson story. We'll have continuing coverage of her health scare coming up on 6 News at 6, including a look at what happens next now that Carson will not run for re-election. That is new tonight at 6. Todd?
We are following a pair of developing stories now. First, another health scare for Vice President Dick Cheney. He's being evaluated at a Washington, D.C. hospital for an irregular heartbeat. Now, the condition was detected as doctors were examining Cheney for a lingering cough from a cold. Cheney does have a history of heart problems. A bad day on Wall Street when trading stopped for the day just about an hour ago. The Dow Jones Industrial had already fallen more than 237 points. The S&P and also the NASDAQ were also down. The sell-off was sparked by concerns of a weakening credit market. A busy day for Metro Police, a violent day for some of the city's businesses. The opening day of the holiday shopping season has been punctuated with guns and gunfire. 6 News crime investigator Jack Reinhardt joins us live tonight with more on citywide increases in armed robberies. Jack?
Well, Todd, Indianapolis has reached the peak season for armed robbery, and that's bad news for Metro Police because the number of armed robberies this year is well ahead of last year's pace. In only a matter of minutes, Jeffrey Gross went from suspect in an armed robbery
I seen a shootout.
to eyewitness. Across the street, two men tried to rob the pawn shop at 4400 East 10th Street before they shot it out with the owners.
There's two people running right out of that shop, turned around, pop, ran as fast as they could down 10th and U.
Filled with adrenaline.
Indianapolis has experienced a rush of armed robberies led across the board by the city's north side. In fact, in the month of August, businesses north of Washington Street were nearly 3 times more likely to be robbed than businesses south of Washington. In the first 10 months of the year, the Metro Police Robbery Unit had assigned nearly 2,200 cases, up 19% from the year before.
I don't think it's someone going out to try to pay gas, get money for gas so they can get to work. I think it's the people that don't want to work, that the opportunity's out there, and it's easier for them to go out and rob in their minds than it is to go get a job.
3 nights ago, Metro Police arrested 18-year-old Justin Veal for at least 12 armed robberies.
It's breathtaking. Somebody walks in, sticks a gun in your face and says, "Give me the money." The first thing you do is, you want to panic.
Police say half of Veal's robberies occurred along Brookville Road, where on one corner alone, Veal allegedly robbed 3 businesses, including Barnett's Vineyard Liquor Store twice.
I just want to thank the local law enforcement for finally getting this guy off the street. It's a great early Christmas present for us. Certainly makes the employees feel a lot safer over there. And we know there's other criminals out there, but at least this guy's off the street.
A short time after the incident at the East Side pawn shop, a man with a gunshot wound to the neck showed up at Methodist Hospital, and police tonight still aren't sure if those 2 incidents are connected. Live downtown, Jack Reinhardt, 6 News.
It turns out a house fire that killed a 3-year-old boy on the northwest side has been ruled accidental. Investigators say a candle near a front window caught the curtains on fire. This fire broke out yesterday afternoon in a townhome near 71st in Georgetown. Candace Bell was staying at the home with a friend. She was able to get out herself and along with one of her children, but her 3-year-old son Leonard was trapped on the 2nd floor.
6 News is on your side with the news of a road project delay where the final phase of construction at Pendleton Pike Road is now temporarily on hold due to all the wet weather we've been having. Eventually, crews will be working on Pendleton Pike between 42nd Street and Post Road. It is the final phase of the widening project between I-465 and the Hancock County line. The project should take about 2 years to complete.
Need plenty of patience. Indiana state parks are known for their peace and quiet. Well, not today. You might hear gunfire at 18 state parks and 1 nature preserve. 6 News South Bureau reporter Ben Morrison explains from Owen County.
Outdoorsman Dennis Nolf is 1 week away from retiring from the Columbus Police Department.
We just passed the buildings.
He took the day off to help the Indiana Department of Natural Resources thin the deer population at McCormick's Creek State Park. The rain apparently dampened some hunters' enthusiasm.
There were 94 hunters selected, and today we only have 56, I believe, and we're looking for better numbers. Usually it's 95% turnout, but with the weather today, it's been kind of slim.
Dennis Nolf bagged a 3.5-year-old 12-point buck.
182.
Weighed 182 pounds.
Drove over this morning, basically parked my truck, waited for the sun to come up. Went out, climbed a tree, sat in the rain for about an hour, and had a couple guys walking around, and they just run it past me, just pure dumb luck.
The DNR has been staging the deer reduction hunts for more than a decade, and they say they're working. Conservation officers say large herds of grazing deer upset the land's ecological balance.
They can damage the fauna, the smaller plants in the area, which also affect ground nesting birds, mid to low level canopy nesting birds, and small predators.
Right at 100.
Hunters say the harvests give them a chance to hone their skills and put food on the table.
I kill several deer a year, and I supply deer to several people that don't hunt. But they like venison, so I'm more than happy to get it for them.
State parks which are being hunted will reopen Wednesday. DNR has scheduled another round of deer hunts for December. Near Spencer, I'm South Bureau reporter Ben Morrison, 6 News.
And by the way, Ben tells us the hunters have already been selected for the December reduction. All right, tonight is the night fans of Dancing with the Stars have been waiting for.
We are getting ever so closer to learning just who will walk away with that trophy. Maybe some guy named Elio? I don't know. Our Dave First is there live. Dave?
Yeah, 10th and final week for Dancing with the Stars. So how nervous is Elio Castroneves? Guess what? We'll hear from him coming up live from Hollywood.
Also ahead, a massive beef recall. That recalled meat just might be in your freezer. Tonight, why it might be hard to detect the bad beef.
Tonight, Call 6 has learned of a plan to stop the sale of homes in 3 zip codes. Why? That story next on 6 News.
And now that I know Dave's in LA, I'm curious. We'll go find out what their temperature is with TrueView in a second. Rain is leaving. We may have a few snow showers arrive overnight. We'll talk about that, and our warmest day of the week is going to be featured shortly.
He has kissed the bricks at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as the Indy 500 champion.
Well, right now, Elio Castroneves has to go all out, though, to win this other title. Tonight is the finale for ABC's Dancing with the Stars, part 1 of the finale anyway. Our own 6 News sports director, Dave First, is in Hollywood where all this excitement is unfolding. Where are you at right now, Dave?
We are, well, in Hollywood on the set of Dancing with the Stars, although not officially because it is directly behind and inside those doors right there where they're getting ready to start a rehearsal here in about 5 or 10 minutes or so. Elio, by the way, will be doing, let me check my notes here. He'll be doing the jive and a freestyle dance later on tonight, 8 o'clock right here on 6 at ABC. If he makes it past those 2 dances into tomorrow's round, well, then he'll be doing the quick step again tomorrow night. First things first, let's flash back to yesterday. I know, check that, last week right here in Hollywood. As frankly, you know what, it's going to be difficult to top last week between Elio and Julianne. It was 2 perfect scores, a perfect 60 for the night. Now, this is from the Cha-Cha last week, and frankly, they were as red hot as the red outfit that he wore that night. Here's the thing, though. If they want to continue this momentum they're on, energy tonight will be key, something that really neither Elio nor Julianne Hough have had a problem with this year, at least not so far.
When you have that joy, they want to be there dancing with you, and you can mess up your technique a little bit, but if you have that, you're
One thing that I learned, I mean, dance. You know, when you go dance, you don't go dance like, I mean, some people probably will, but it probably doesn't look that as fun. I'm just having fun, and it's natural the smile come and dance with her. She makes fun as well. Plus the choreography is fun, and that's why it's fun. So that's why they say so much about we having a great time.
Now, Elio wanted me to tell you that voting will really be key in this, not after the dance. So don't wait. If you're going to vote for Elio, don't wait till after the dance. Start voting right when the show begins at 8 o'clock, 1-800-VOTE-409. That's the phone number. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll hear from him again and how his father has really had a huge influence, not only in his racing career, but specifically this dancing season as well. It's at 6 o'clock, guys. We'll see you then.
All right, looking forward to that. Thanks very much, Dave. Live from L.A. Again, the 2-night season finale event starts tonight at 8. It's right here on RTV6. And make sure you don't miss the results show. That you will see tomorrow night starting at 9 o'clock.
6 News is covering America now, beginning in Mississippi, where today powerful Senate Republican Trent Lott announced he will retire before January. Lott spent 35 years in Congress, 16 years in the House, 19 in the Senate. At a news conference today, Lott said it's time to do something else.
An investigation is underway tonight in Palmetto Bay, Florida, where Washington Redskins safety Sean Taylor was shot in his home. Police say Taylor was shot in the leg just before 2 a.m. and the bullet hit a major artery. Taylor's now in critical condition after losing a lot of blood. The shooting is being investigated as a possible robbery.
In Galveston, Texas, a break in the murder investigation of a 2-year-old known as Baby Grace. The child's mother and now stepfather are under arrest. The pair is charged with injury to a child and tampering with evidence. A fisherman discovered the girl's body stuffed in a plastic trunk last month. She is now identified as Riley Ann Sawyers. In Washington today, President Bush met with the Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. The meeting comes on the eve of tomorrow's Mideast Peace Summit being held in Annapolis, Maryland. Today, Abbas said he's hopeful the summit will help renew the peace process between the Palestinian Authority and Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert also met with the president today and expressed the same hope. Congressman Mike Pence attended that meeting. Pence will also attend a dinner tonight with delegates from countries taking part in tomorrow's summit. From our Staying Healthy department tonight, a new food recall.
This one involves a Wisconsin company that voluntarily pulled the meat off of store shelves due to an E. coli scare. Some of the stores are in Indiana. That's why Stacia Matthews is on the case on our side with what we need to do.
Absolutely, and by now the expiration date has come and gone. So if you have some of this meat, it is probably in your freezer. It was distributed in October to 2 Indiana stores, Kroger and J.C. 96,000 pounds of ground beef manufactured in Green Bay was recalled after 2 people got sick. The government suspects some of the meat could be contaminated with E. coli bacteria.
Well, E. coli bacteria, particularly the E. coli 0157H7, is a very serious illness. And if you have nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, those kinds of symptoms, you want to go to the doctor and see what's causing it, particularly if you know you've eaten some ground beef.
Left untreated, E. coli can lead to kidney failure and death, especially among children. The products in question, including ground beef chuck, sirloin, and chopped beef, were produced on October 10th by American Foods Group. Health officials say it sold the meat to wholesalers, who in turn sold it to Kroger stores in central Indiana. Kroger then packaged the meat with its labels. A grocer spokesperson told 6 News, "We don't believe, based on the dates provided, that any of the product is still in the stores. But you could have some in your freezer." The USDA issued all the product codes of the recalled beef, but you may not find them on the packages of beef in your home.
It will not have the typical establishment numbers we see in a recall, so it's going to be a little hard to identify. And I'm recommending they call their store and go ahead and say, did you receive any of this meat that is involved in the recall?
And if you did, pitch it, or you return it to Kroger for a full refund. There have been a lot of recalls, food recalls this year, but you are urged not to get complacent. They should never be ignored, and neither should the symptoms. Health officials say this is the government at work. Their plans are at work, finding the problem and then issuing the recall.
Now it's our job to go look in the freezer and check it out.
So many recalls.
Yeah, there have been.
Thanks, Stacia. All right, speaking of that, we're on your side tonight with another recall, a different kind. Nissan is recalling nearly 700,000 Altimas and Sentras because of a sensor problem that could cause the engine to stall. This recall affects Altima and Sentra vehicles from the model years 2002, 2005, and 2006. The recalled cars are equipped with a 2.5-liter engine. There have been no reports of crashes or injuries linked to the recall, luckily. Nissan does plan to begin notifying Nissan owners starting on December 10th.
I know what I'd like to recall. This weather. Thick clouds and rain made for a dreary day all across central Indiana.
And a chilly one, too.
Yeah, but tonight an eye on the sky for potential snow flurries. Kevin is in next to let you know if they're in our future.
Also tonight, of course, you can get all kinds of things at the BMV, like a new license plates. Well, this holiday season, they're asking you to give something too when you show up. We've got that story coming up.
Now, AAA Hoosier Insurance presents the RTV6 Toy Drive.
What's fun is that we know because they've come here, everyone you meet is committed to the toy drive and helping the community. It's fun to find out something extra, and employees from Access Ultrasound are here. What don't we know, Claudia, about the company?
Well, this is our 2nd year donating to the toy drive. We are part of Trimedics, and we are actually owned by Ascension Health. And this is our 2nd year in business also, so we're proud to be here again donating toys.
You're growing along with the toy drive. Congratulations on your 2nd anniversary. It's the 7th for the toy drive.
There's still plenty of time to donate to our toy drive. Just bring a new unwrapped toy to any Central Indiana AAA service center or any area FedEx Kinko's. You can also visit theindychannel.com for exact locations.
You know what? I don't think people realize just how much energy, work, and effort Kevin Gregory puts into the toy drive.
And a lot of people behind the scenes, too. You do a great job.
My job is just to say welcome and thank you.
A lot of people here do a wonderful job. You included, though.
Well, it's fun because it's growing, and so you have people that return and then new groups. For example, in Decatur Township, almost every basketball team for all the different grade levels. It started with one team 7 years ago, and now they all want to join us.
Cool.
Very nice.
Great job Friday night. It was fun for the Circle of Life. Voice sounded great. Todd looking good, sounding good.
Trisha sang beautifully.
It was a great, very welcoming crowd. They were very tolerant of my amateur singing. So.
And her brother was able to watch on theindychannel.com. So that's a neat way to see that. Let me show you a TrueView radar. Of course, we got lucky weather-wise. It was cold, but it was dry. Different story pretty much for the second half of the weekend into today. Very wet, but the wall of rain is now to the east. We focus on the remaining rain showers that may change to some snow showers. That's happening in Fort Wayne, but it'll probably be later tonight for us. No real accumulation. So Dave was reporting live from just outside the studio doors. If you were outside, the studio. It's 75 with sunshine in LA, so he's being kind and not rubbing it in on us. There, the sky is falling, so to speak, isn't it? As you look at Tower Cam, you can see the tallest of the buildings disappearing in the low-hanging cloud cover. Snow showers possible tonight, about a 40% chance you'll see those at your house. Some sunshine tomorrow, that'll boost the spirit and the temperature a little bit. Warmest on Wednesday when we push close to 50 degrees, and then some snow showers possible as we get to Wednesday night. TrueCast Timeline Watch, you can see in, I don't know if you can pick this up on your television screen, a little pink here, a little blue. That's the transition to some snow showers, but quickly that races to the east, so the moisture pulls out of here just as the colder air is arriving. We've had nearly a third of an inch of rain today. 41 the afternoon high, just 4 degrees cooler for the morning low, so very little temperature range. We're at 39 now in Indy. Temperatures western Indiana a couple degrees cooler. Skies are beginning to clear back in Illinois. Temperatures there will fall a little quicker. With that northwest wind that's up to 15 miles an hour, our wind chill temperatures have been as cold as 29 in Terre Haute, generally just a couple degrees below freezing. The whiter, brighter clouds represent where all the rain has been. Watch that sweep to the east. Now we've got our low gray clouds, still moisture in the air, and that may produce our snow showers, but not expecting any big deal there. That slides away. Tomorrow, we're between weather systems with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. This front, which has much colder air to the north, just grazes us. The push will be from the southwest on Wednesday, and that will do this to the high temperatures. You look at the 7-day forecast, notice Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures are the warmest, around 50. Quickly we fall, though, into Thursday morning. Cold enough Wednesday night for some snow showers, and of interest, the weekend forecast. As we get to Sunday, it's a southern system, so you look at where the source region, we would say, is. That would bring more moisture with it. Temperatures will be the key to whether that's a rain or snow event. And so if you like snow, that's something to at least keep in mind. It's too early to say exactly what it will be, but
okay.
Stay tuned.
I'm focused.
All right.
We'll be back in just a minute.
6 News is brought to you by the Hoosier Lottery.
Coming up on 6 News at 6, there are eyesores and crime magnets all across the city. Hundreds of abandoned homes with absentee owners. New at 6, Indianapolis makes a new demand. Give us the keys.
Well, you all know you need your documents and your IDs in order if you visit the BMV, but now they want you to bring along something else too, a can of food. Today, BMV Commissioner Ron Stiver announced the agency's statewide holiday food drive. They're partnering with 11 food banks this year to distribute food to families in need. Now, all 140 BMV branches across the state are participating. You can drop off that food at any branch through December 8th, one of many opportunities to give back this holiday season.
Good idea. Something to do that's good while you're waiting in line.
Yeah.
A little sunshine tomorrow, that will boost the temperature to about 44. That west wind at 15. Warmest day, though, is Wednesday when we touch 50 for the high.
And check out the forecast at 6 o'clock, but stay tuned for the weekend, right?
Yeah, we got something of interest at least.
All right, thanks for watching tonight. We will see you back in a half hour.